Okay, everybody, welcome to back day. It's been a lot of fun really working on and focusing on these little muscles in the upper back. We need them so much to help stabilize and keep our shoulders happy and move everything properly through our arms, even keeping our hips and low back happy and keeping things out of the neck. So anyway, I'm going to be using resistance bands today. So I have a couple different type of tube type resistance bands. You can also use super bands like this. So it makes a complete big loop. If you don't have any of these bands, you can use weights, but you'll want them to be pretty light. And I'll show you what to do with the weights, but basically you're going to be doing the same exact motion that I'll be doing with the band, except using weights for it. So let's go ahead and get some movement and warm up going. All right, start on your stomach all the way down and just put your forehead on the ground. Pull your hands behind your shoulders so they're kind of right underneath your biceps. And then just slide your shoulder blades back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Tuck your tailbone. Feel the belly engage. Just hold here. And then push gently into the hands. So lift your back. You're going to get just a little bit of an extension through the back. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Keep the belly nice and strong. Tuck your tailbone under. So flex those glutes to protect your low back. All right, and then your chest is going to drop, and I just want you to hold your hands up off the ground. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Wake up that back. Turn your head to the right, nice and far. Get a little bit of stretch through your neck, through the traps, and then turn your head to the left. Keep those hands up if you can. Back to the right, and then back to the left. And then push yourself back into your child's pose. Slide your hips all the way back and reach your arms super far out in front. Reach to the hands, see how much kind of traction you can get. Pull your left shoulder down to the ground, and then the right. I guess it'd be more like your elbow. Rotate those elbows down left and right. Perfect. Okay, bring yourself back forward. Go back onto your belly. And we're going to put our right arm out on the ground. We're going to do a little scorpion roll. So right arm is out, 90-degree angle from the body. Bend your left leg and then lift your quad up off the ground and then rotate your foot toward the right side of the body. See if you can get your foot all the way on the ground and then bring it back to the ground. Keep your leg bent, lift your quad, and then roll. We're going to go 2 more. Drop down to the ground, lift your knee, and roll. And then 1 more, roll back to the ground, lift the leg, and roll. And then we'll hold here for just a little bit longer, a few seconds. Perfect. All right, roll back to the ground, and we're going to go to the other side. Left arm out, 90-degree angle. Bend your right leg, lift your quad, roll to the left, and then bring it back down. Pick it up, roll to the left, and then bring it down. Drive it up. Should feel some nice stretch in the low back, the mid back, and in that chest and shoulder on the extended left side. Okay, hang out here for just a sec, a little longer. All right, as has been our tradition for this series, we are going to be starting with a nice little dose of core. All right, roll back to the ground, push onto your hands and knees. We're going to go through our cat-cow. Make sure that your shoulders are right over the wrists and your knees are right underneath your hips. So make a nice, tight, solid box. Inhale, drive those shoulder blades down. Let your belly sag to the ground, and then exhale and round. Really push into the hands. Pull the low belly in. You should feel flexion and contraction in the core. So we're not just popping our hips up and down. and pushing or pulling our chest forward and back, but really find activation in the core. Envision that you're rooting through the hands, rooting through the knees. Drive into the ground. All right. Okay, so we are going to be starting with a dead bug. I'm going to use my band. If you don't have a band, don't worry about it. As I said, you can grab one of your weights. We're going to be moving both arms at the same time with our dead bug. And then we're also going to be doing wigglers and a V-up. So I'll show you all sorts of different alternates with those. So you'll need to find an anchor point behind. All right, we'll lie back. And as one leg extends, both arms will be back. And then as the leg comes back, you'll pull both arms at the same time up. And we're going to go 10 each side. So you're always going to have tension on your band. The leg will extend, and then you're going to pull. So if you don't have the band, just go without it. You might have to move your zipper. Your pants have the zipper. Move it out of the way. Okay, so we're going to go 10 each side. Go ahead and start here. Keep your low back pushed down into the ground. Keep your belly contracted. We want to build our awareness of the core. I don't know if you can tell or not. I'm already shaking. You're setting in, you're flexing everything. You're wrapping those thighs. You're driving that low back into the ground. For side 4, build that core. When you're pulling your arms back, you need to feel your back muscles do the work. So we really want to find awareness through the work in the scapula. So our shoulder blades on the back, we want to be able to rotate those shoulder heads back and shimmy them down your back. 7. Use the back and find that core. 8. Keep that big flexion. 9. Tuck in through that pelvis. You have to tuck that pelvis back to push the low back into the ground. 10. All right, release your band. And now we're going to do wigglers. Okay, so your head is going to come up. You're going to come into a little crunch. And then you're going to wiggle your right hand to your right toe, left hand to left toe. If this doesn't work for you, you're going to go up onto your hands and knees and do the same motion getting into your obliques, okay? 10 each side. 1, here's our pace. 2, not too fast. 3, you feel the flexion, the front of the belly, and then really get into those obliques. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Okay, we're going to do a V-up. We haven't done these a ton. They are difficult. You're going to extend your body nice and long, grab through that core, pull your toes up to your hands, driving your low back down into the ground every time. All right, if that doesn't work, then you can bend your knees and push them out, pull them back in. If that still doesn't work, you're going to go back to your dead bug. All right, so here we go for 10 straight legs or bent. It's totally up to you. 4, push that low back into the ground. 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay, back to our dead bug. We're going to do another round, and then we're going to hit our back. Just one more round here. Okay, extend that leg and pull. Find your core. 1 and 1. Figure out how to breathe and move and keep that core solid, tight, all the way around. 5. Make sure your neck stays out of it. You're using your back, upper back, to pull that band. 2 more each side. 9. Oh, push that belly button down to the ground. 10. Perfect. Okay. Back to your wigglers. Tuck your chin. Reach side to side. 1, 2. Feel those obliques grab. 8, 9, 10. Okay, now just our V-ups. Whew. All right. Ready, set, and go. Straight leg or bent. 4, 5. Use that core. Tuck your chin. 9, 10. Whew, okay, flip it over. Plant onto your hands, and then let the chest pull between those arms. Should be feeling some heat in the belly for sure. Okay, I'm going to run us through what we have coming for the band with our back. We're going to be on a timer, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, stretch, transition, and we're also going to build a little bit of heat in our lungs, get the breath going, if that works for you. Okay, so between every set, we're just going to do a skater hop. So from your center, you're just going to hop to the side, hop to the side. Nothing too crazy. And we are going to stop before the timer finishes because I want us to be ready for our full 40 on the next band. Okay, so if you don't have a band, you're going to use your weights. So just grab those and work along with me while you figure it out. If you do have a band, you're going to wrap your arms, take it kind of wide, wrap your hands around, and you're just going to do a little front pull. So you're going to pull those arms as wide as you can, get a nice big pull. So what we want to try to do is build the ability of awareness in that upper back. You get movement and squeeze and pinch through those shoulder blades, keeping the shoulder heads rolled back and down. Always keep constant control and mindfulness of your posture, your body in space. Make sure you're not tilting forward or tucking too far back, right? Lift up out of those shoulders, lift up off the pelvis, contract the core, get a gentle tuck just so that you get that core activation and the pelvis is in neutral. Okay, so if you're not using your band, you just have your weights here. You're going to open out and in, out and in. Okay, nice and slow and controlled. All right, from there, we're going to do a cover up. So this just reminds me of pulling the covers up over your head. Okay, so you start down by the thighs, keep tension on your band, and you're going to pull the covers all the way up and then drop them back down. Pull all the way up and drop them back down, keeping that pelvis tucked. Okay, after our cover up, we're going to raise the roof. So elbows are going to drop, and then you're going to press up high. Elbows are going to drop. I want the band to actually come behind the head, and then press up high. Pull behind, and then press up. After we raise the roof, we're going to do a sternum pull. Okay, so your cover up on your weights will just look like this. If going overhead doesn't work for you, just come to wherever it does feel like you can keep that healthy range of motion. Okay, and then raise the roof. You're going to go up overhead, just like we are. If you don't go overhead, you can pull your elbows wide. Do an upright row. Still, it's a lot of shoulder. It feels like it could be shoulder. I want you to really focus on the back, though. It's our whole point. Okay, from here, we're going to do a sternum pull. If you don't have a band and an anchor point, just hinge down and pull those elbows in, push them out, pull in, and push out. You can also hinge forward, pull, pull. Okay, so we will take our band on our anchor point. Okay, pull the arms, those thumbs right to your sternum. Sternum's that bone, that cartilage kind of that runs right down the center. Still for the back. Then here we're going to do a straight arm pull. Straight arm pull. Make sure you got your band. Same thing, you'll just do the same motion with your weights if you don't have the band. Then we're going to do a Pall of Press. Half and half, 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other. So your hands will be at your sternum. You're going to push out and pull in, push out, pull in. Whole thing is keeping those shoulder heads rolled back and down, okay? So we are going to go 3 rounds through. It'll push us right to the very end, but it's going to be fun. Okay, so we're going to start with our front pull. Ready, set, and go. Wrap into those hands, okay? Pull that band nice and wide. Nothing too crazy on intensity right here. Sometimes it can drive us crazy. Just make sure you hit the HIIT session tomorrow. But all this buildup is super important for everything else that's going on in the body. Open, you're in control of bringing that band back in space. 5 seconds, nothing in your neck. Be in control, pull with your back. Okay, now we're gonna do those little skater hops. 2, 3, 4, let's see if we can get to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay, now gear up. For your cover up, we're gonna pull those covers up overhead, pull up, and then rotate down. Check in with the pelvis, pull your belly button back, rotate your shoulders back and down. Get that pinch between your shoulder blades. Watch your head, neck, and shoulders. So as the arms come up, try not to chicken neck or turkey neck. Keep that head pulled back. Try to keep your body in alignment. Tension on that band. You're building the muscles of the back. 3, 4, 5. Hold on to that core. 9, 10. Okay, now we're going to raise the roof. Slide shoulders back and down. Arms come up. Elbows pull wide. Check in with your core. Check in with your pelvis. Toes straight ahead. Knees line with toes. Find your back. Just notice all the little things that are going on in the shoulders. If you feel a lot of popping or pulling, try engaging in the back a little more. Try rotating your shoulder heads back a little more. A lot of times just getting that correct placement in the back and the shoulders is all that you need. 2, 3, 4. Get onto that one leg. 8, 9, 10. Okay, get rid of that band. And we're going to go into our sternum pull. So pull right here to the sternum. Belly strong. Make sure as the band goes back or your weights go back in front of you that you're not losing that pull back of the shoulders. So that would look like this. Shoulders rounding forward. Keep those shoulder heads back. Core holds strong. Pull that belly button back. Make sure everything stays in the right alignment. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Get your little skaters. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're going to do the straight arm pull. Make sure that back is flat, belly strong. Same thing here. Keep those shoulder heads pulled back and down. Work from the back. Tighten between your shoulder blades. Feel those lats set in. Heat in the back is building. That's what we want. This is going to make sure that when we do a heavy back day, we're prepped and ready to go. Okay, skaters, We have the right muscles in the back that we're grabbing. 6, 7. Where's that core? 10. Okay, we're going to hit that Pall of Press. Both handles at the sternum. Hold that core. Push and pull. Otherwise, use your weights. Totally fine. Little different feel, but it's still great. Okay, turn the other way. Same thing. Keep those shoulders pulled back. Feeling the core, then definitely feel the back. Time. Okay, this time we're going to go through some flexion and extension and be geared up for our second round. Round through, flexion, and pull the arms up and back. Oh, extension. Okay, grab your band or your weights, and we're going to go our front pull. Whew. Tighter. That's it. Tuck in through that core. Shoulder blades back and down. This is a really good opportunity to learn what the body feels like just standing in space. You should feel no pressure on your low back or your knees. Roll those shoulders back and down. Keep those arms right at shoulder height. Find your back. Keep the core solid. Time. Get your skaters. Stay low, hunker in. 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're gonna pull our covers up, shoulders back and down. Here we go. Soft knees, but not too bent. I need to work on my pelvis set too. I think I have a little bit of a roll forward. Could be tight hip flexors or weak glutes, who knows? But I'm going to work on it. Weak core. Being aware is the first part, right? Knowing that there's an issue that we need to adjust. Figuring out what we need to do to fix our placement, not just stepping away from it and not doing it. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to raise the roof. 3, 2, 1. Get into that back. Find your core. You've got it. Halfway there. Keep your focus. Next stays out of it. Build the ability to get into the back. Especially when we do our weighted hinges, arms overhead, we want to be able to get into those shoulder blades. 3, 4. Woo! 7, 8, and 10. That was fun. Okay, we're going to do our sternum pull. Get into your little squat, or you can hinge over. Shoulders back and down. Right to that sternum. Keep the heat in your mid back, middle upper back. You want to get into those rhomboids, and they sit under your traps. So it's difficult to get into them sometimes. That's why we're doing all this stuff. Gotta find it. 5, 4, 3. Okay, Back to those skaters. Use the core to pull that knee up. 9, 10. Then we're going to do straight arms. Hinge forward. Here we go. Flat back. Feel the belly contract. So just like when we did our cat-cow, and you found the core there, we want to find that tuck of the transverse abdominis here. Or like when we were in our dead bug. You have to have that solid setup. Feel those back muscles. That's what we're going for. Flex everything else. You find your own level of intensity. Time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Pall of Press. Here we go. Find that pull, then keep it. You are in a more kind of squatted stance. You need that foundation. 3, 2, other side. Or if you're on your weights, just stay where you're at. Keep pushing and pulling. We're here for the back. Get into that core a bit. If you are on a band, you'll feel that oblique pull. All right, grab your hands behind your back. Open the chest. And then hinge over those legs. All right, last round. Grab your band. We're going to do our front pull. Here we go. Keep strong through the core. Use your back. So last round, make it count. Focused. 15 seconds. Keep the chest up. Keep the belly locked. See if you can find that same flexion you had on the ground with your dead bug. Okay, here we go. Hit your skaters. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Pull those covers up. Set the hips, belly strong. Here we go. Tension on that band. So you're keeping that pull on the band, and then you can feel how it hits your back in different places in a different part of that range of motion. As your arms go overhead, can you keep your body stacked up, your posture and positioning? Tighten the core, flex the back. Time. All right. 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. I'm scared I'm gonna slide again. Whew. Okay, raising the roof, up overhead, then pull those elbows back. As the arms go up, can you keep tension on your band? And flexion in the back. Shoulders stay back and down, belly strong. Try your best not to let that pelvis tilt forward. Be aware of your body in space. You've got it. 3, 2, And 1. Back to our skaters. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Okay. Sternum pull. Sit in. Focus your back. Shoulder heads roll back and down. Watch your tailbone. Make sure it's not kind of poking up, but tuck it down. Blocking into that core. See how much pinch you can get between your shoulder blades. Time. 1, 2, 3. Stay low. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Back here. Flat back. Belly strong. Again here, you can feel how those different place where your hands are, whether back here or way up high, where you feel the work coming from. Higher in the back, forward as you pull, you get the serratus muscles behind your armpits, and then your lats when your hands are back by your hips. Stay with it. 2 and 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Pall of Press. Ready and go. This is it. Our last minute, and then we'll stretch. Big, tall chest. Squeeze shoulder blades. 3, 2, other side, or keep going. That band wants to twist you. You're fighting against it. Time. All right. Well done, well done. Head back to the ground into your child's pose. Different kind of intensity today. Felt good. Big toes together. Pull those knees wide and then hinge your hips back. Reach your arms way out in front. And then put your forehead on the ground. See if you can still lift the chest up off your ribs. And find those shoulder blades sliding down so that your armpits rotate more toward the ground. Come up to your hands and knees. And we're going to thread the needle. Make sure that the belly's locked. Set your low back so it's not going to twist. Bring your right arm out and then up slow. So keep the hips level. And then exhale and tuck that arm under. So you can rotate your left hand, slide the right arm under as far as you can, and then bring your hips to push back to the right. So we're getting mobility through the mid-back, that thoracic spine, and then a stretch through that shoulder, the back. Okay, push up. Other side. Again, get that low back to stay stable. Bring the arm out, and then up, rotating through the middle back. So focus on doing it right, and then tuck under. Exhale. Slide it through. Pull those hips back to the left. All right, go ahead, push up, curl your toes under and sit back on them. And then we're just going to grab our hands behind the back, open the chest. Right ear pulls to the right shoulder. Now then tuck your chin in, left ear to the left shoulder. Okay, and then go ahead and take a seat. We're going to start with your left leg extended and the right leg pulled in. Bring both arms up overhead, rotate. So again, we're getting that rotation through the mid-back and then reach over that leg on the left side. If you'd like, you can try putting your hands outside the calf or the foot. So you'll feel that stretch that we just worked, all that, the lats and the scapula. Hopefully you felt nothing in the neck the whole time. So if you do find that your neck gets bound up, let's do the other side. It is generally because our back isn't aware that it's supposed to be doing the work. So getting the awareness and the flexion, the ability to flex and work, contract into those deeper muscles in your upper back is really what we need in order to stay released through the traps. Obviously, we need the traps. They're there for a reason. Help support the head and even have some function for our shoulders. Okay, both legs out in front. Again, lift those arms up nice and high. Take a deep inhale, lift, 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 and then exhale, reach forward. But over and over again, I see a lot of us struggle to have the upper back muscles built. And then our neck takes a lot of the work when we're doing back flies or lawnmowers or locomotives, any row of any sort. So we really just want to get the right muscles going. All right. Great work. Thanks for joining me on a little bit of a different type of day. And please make it tomorrow for some higher intensity. We'll get our HIIT session. All right. Have a good one.